G'day, I'm Helen, an Australian chef. Welcome to my 12 days of Christmas. Today for you, I'm going to show you how to cook a beautiful breakfast for Christmas morning. We're going to cook Hollandaise sauce so that we can make Eggs Benedict, but with the difference, I'm going to put a bit of spinach in as well. Right, so what we need is 250 grams of melted butter, because you want to use the clarified butter. So all of the butter that's separated, we're going to use the top part. 4 egg yolks, about 2 tablespoons of white vinegar, and salt and pepper to season. You will also need a hot water bath for the bowl. So I've had this boiling and now I've turned it down so that you've just got the steam. Maybe turn it up just a little bit so it just steams a little tiny bit more. Now we're going to put that in there, but we are not going to let the water touch the bowl. A tablespoon of white vinegar, or a tablespoon and a half of white vinegar. Okay, now we're going to whisk that up until it's lovely and thick. You don't want to cook the eggs too much so that it scrambles. As you can see, it's getting thicker without getting too hard, staying soft. Now some chefs will keep continuing and cook and add the butter in here, but I don't. I add the butter separately. This should nearly double in volume. And yes, you get a sore hand doing it. Nothing beats fresh homemade Hollandaise. Taking that off, I'm going to leave that water boiling because we're going to be cooking the eggs in that bowl. Now here's a little trick that I do so that you don't need 2 people to do it. I get a tea towel and twist it around. It's wet and that'll hold the bowl in place without moving. And then we're going to slowly add the clarified butter. Make sure to only get the clarified butter, the part that's separated. Now you're going to slowly add that into the bowl. Some people may need another person to hold the bowl while you do this. You don't want to add it in too fast because it will separate. It's getting beautiful and thick and glossy. There we go, that's beautiful. Our Hollandaise sauce. Now I'm just going to get some seasoning. Okay, at this point we can taste it, just see how the seasoning is. It is a little bit salty, so I'm not going to put salt in. I'm just going to put a bit of cracked of pepper. And a tiny bit of lemon juice just for a little bit of a tang. Not too much because you don't want to break it, and thin it down. There we go, Hollandaise, beautiful. Very tasty. Okay, we've got the Hollandaise made. Now we're going to cook the eggs. Into the same pot that you had for the Hollandaise, I'm now going to put in some vinegar, some white vinegar. Probably about another tablespoon and a half. And I'm going to put in some salt. Now we're going to add the eggs. Now you've got to have the water simmering, but not over boiling. So I'm just going to turn that down a bit. Now, if you can create a swirl in your pot, that was really good. Another trick, you can also put your eggs into a container and then pour them in, but I just do them by hand. Drop your egg into the water. You will have a little bit of excess white around, but that's all right. And another egg. Now these eggs should take approximately 2 minutes or a tad longer. Keeping the water covered over the egg as you do it. Beautiful poached eggs. As you can see, I've got a muffin over here. I'm just going to put a little piece of bacon on each muffin. And then we're going to put some spinach. Some baby spinach leaves. Okay, that's been a minute now. Just keeping the water, making sure the water covers the eggs. You don't want your eggs to be too hard, so you've got to be very careful. There's a fine line in between having them too soft and too hard. You just got to kind of time it right. You can actually tell by looking at the eggs. They're getting very close to being ready. Okay, that one's come away from the white's come away from the egg a little bit, but you can see that one's cooked. Place it gently on top. And then the other one. The other one's absolutely perfect. Now pour that beautiful Hollandaise over the top. Look at that gorgeous texture. There we go. Eggs Benedict with a twist, with a little bit of spinach and beautiful fresh Hollandaise sauce. Thank you for watching. Have a go.